Hey poker friends, welcome back to the video. Sitting at plus 40 at the moment. The last session was pretty bad. We're going to go 5-0 again. I had a couple of days off, which is pretty good. Feeling pretty tired, but been busy at work. So we took a couple of days off. Biggest, I've only really had one day off from this, so it's probably good to have a couple of days break, and then we'll see how we go today anyway. So probably was playing a little bit tilted last session. What we do have as well is still the welcome bonus, the tail end of it. We're going to have a couple more days, probably about 4 more days of it until and see how much we can make from it. And then, yeah, so we're on the tail end and uh, won't take many points. And then we're already going to have another $7.50 boost as well. So that'll be cool. That'll be fun. I'm just going to call with Ace Jack for the blind battle. Got top pair. Our opponent's uncapped at the moment. Because they're uncapped, we're not sure where we're at. He could have ace king, ace queen. Yes, that's scary. Range bets us. He could still have pocket kings. I'm going to call. If he checks here, he's going to have less. So if he checks here, we could check behind and then try and get some value on the river. So we're going to value the river. Hopefully he doesn't have ace queen, but we're already behind anyway. Okay, we're just going to snap this off. He could easily have kings. He could have. Hopefully he doesn't have pocket queens though. Surprised if he has us beat though. The queen actually destroyed us. But he was probably not betting there because he thought he probably bet there because he thought we were beat. King queen, do have a gut shot. Just trying to get a 10. 7-5 is easy fold. Alright, king queen. We do know MG's a relatively good player. 3-way, I'm just gonna fold this one. Let's open up jack 3. So what did we get from last session? I mean, we played really loose. We played pretty fishy, which is not a bad. It is bad, but in the short term, it's not that bad. Especially if people noted us as we'll fish, or people will start underrating us, and then we'll be able to get a lot of value from it. So we might have lost a little bit in the short term, but in the long term, we should be able to get them. Get the money back. Jack 3 suited, because we were playing against a lot of rigs. I got a gut shot and we got a flush draw. I'm going to bet on the larger side. Unfortunately, folds. Really just betting there because we're just hoping. We know villains don't really like to fold aces there, so we're hoping to at least bet there and get value from the flop. I mean, if you think about it this way, the dealer button is going to pretty much bet his entire range and expect to get a ton of folds majority of the time. Summer doesn't 3-bet there. They're not going to have. They're going to be so much capped, and we can put so much pressure on their capped range. All right, king 10, ace 10, ace jack. Okay, we've got 3 decent hands to play. King 10's not really decent. It says that we're on the button. All right, ace 10, raise. See what Spoon does. All right, so get raised on. It's going to call. Ace jack will get a raise to 7. Like raising 7 big blinds. Bets into us. I'm just going to like ace 10. Bets into us with king 10. Didn't raise 3-bet here, but I'm just going to let it go. He's short stacked as well. Alright, so ace jack actually won pre-flop 3-bet. Nice on the bottom right. King 10 probably should have just folded. Well, actually, no, we just opened and they called. That's not too bad. The ace 10 one, you probably fold to a 3-bet. But then sometimes if you hit an ace, they might have kings, queens, jacks. We might actually get some value when they see bet. Ace jack. Let's raise it. Problem is if you call the button and the blinds and people that got position on you might even fire up and put you in a lot of, situations where you'll have to be out of position with a big pot. That might be great. Okay, ace queen suited. Here we go. All right, gonna open. And today's plan is pretty much just trying to go back to solid poker again. We had a couple of days break. Realized we weren't playing great. We can call this one. It's an easy hand to play out of position, because when the flush draw hits, we know we're drawing to the nuts. We're only drawing to a gut shot here. Checks on the flop. I'm going to bet this one. Get a ton of folds, and if we're wrong, we could always spike a 10. 3/4 flush is folding this one. We go on the larger side here and see if we can get some folds. Yeah, very strange. He checked the flop, so that's the reason why I went aggressive there. Try and hit his caps range. I think it was more important to overbet, throw the overbet there. That's still something I'm trying to implement in my game. All right, since the hijack is called, I'm going to call here, hoping he just calls again. All right, got an ace. Goes check, check. We should have the best hand. Keeping the pot low. We can handle a call. Can never get probably 3 streets of value. Yeah, we're going to call here. Yeah, I think he might have valued himself. If he checks here, we've got him beat. That's again. Thing is, why did he... I'm going to call because he didn't bet. He didn't bet the flop. Odds. Yeah, and that goes back to the fact that it's a multi-way pot as well. Should have probably just folded. But yeah, anyway, that goes to the fact that when they check there on the flop, there's 2 reasons. Their hand doesn't need defending, or they're weak. And obviously their hand didn't need defending that time. Technically, we should have just folded. But they're either going to have air in that, like a missed flush draw or missed straight or something, or they're going to have quads. It doesn't make sense. They have like a ace with a bit of kicker there, because the fact is they didn't defend the hand. So we didn't really have a read on that player since we don't know him. So probably a little bit loose calling. I'm going to check with ace queen. Check again. 10 hits straight. We could have. We don't really bet anything here. Ace king, interesting. Unless we threw the bet, he probably folded. He's letting us know he was weak. We didn't use position there. Okay, we've hit a set of 4 ways. There is a flush draw. Could be some possible straights there as well. We'll bet small since there's so many people in the pot. I don't think we need to bet big. Unfortunately, no one's hit anything. All right, so got aces. Jack 10, open ender. We'll avoid the hearts. chances are he's got nothing as well. So I'm going to bet this. We don't have to actually hit our hand if he folds. He might just have some overcards. And if he does call, we could still hit a queen or a 7. Or some type of top pair. Going to value bet the river with the jack. We could have a 9. All right, perfect. All right, so you got top pair. Gotta check it. I got top set, sorry. So we'll check this one. Pretty much like what the 8s probably checked last hand against us. Now, unfortunately, there is straight draws out there, so pretty scary. Unfortunately, I thought maybe, you never know, he could have 2 pair there. So we're hoping he picked up some equity for the turn to make that call, but lucky enough, he didn't actually hit a straight, or we weren't worried about any sets though. 6-8, close the action down. Let's call at the back call. I'm going to call it. Queen high is a good. Yep. Did need to throw a bet in. Yeah, so apart from that one hand so far, it's not too bad, but should have probably just folded even just pre-flop. That's fine. We won't let that bother us too much. Uh, 9-8 suited, but in the small blind. Who's going to be playing this time? Uchia. It's taking their time. All right, we'll open up. Sure, Stack could shove here and probably start stealing, but oh, we could make a call and pretty wild variance though. But sometimes they do it with any pocket pair. This depends on the strategy they're playing. All right, I got jacks. Let's play against Mr. Music, try and get our money back. Raising on the small blind with the jacks. Let's go. It's bet. Okay, I'm happy he didn't have a 10. Sometimes you think they could be floating with ace king. All right, I'll get a flat with ace 10. Open end is pretty cool. We don't have a club though, unfortunately. That hand doesn't help. I'm just going to bet this one. Hopefully he folds. If he calls, we're just going to give up the hand, probably. If he doesn't have a club, he's going to find it hard. We're just trying to steal it. The board has paired up as well. Alright, he's got the ace of clubs, probably. We're trying to steal it. If he didn't have a club and it wasn't a book, he didn't have a boat, he's going to find it hard to call. So it's definitely a decent spot to bluff. Alright, 6-4. Do I have a club draw like? Okay, now we've got a gut shot flush. We got to raise it up. He's a regular too, a solid reg. Could make some folds here. Yeah. He can definitely make some folds. I don't think he's I'll be surprised if he calls, actually. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, definitely a great hand to check raise. When they do fold, I mean, sometimes you're not going to have the best hand by the river. You're going to miss some of those boards. Like this one, we would have missed with the fall. So we're glad we check raised and going to fold out some hands. All right, we got ace king. And welcome to the new subs as well. So we did a few less videos this week on purpose as well, since YouTube's been a little bit up and down with the content. So still been playing mainly. Just the last 3 days I didn't play though. We get a call. Hopefully big blind calls behind. All right, not a great board for ace king. That is pretty good. Our opponent's betting here. Could be trying to get value from our ace. I'm just going to check behind. He could easily have a flush trying to trap. Oh, he's got ace too. All right. We'll take it anyway. I think if we bet there, that opponent seems to be pretty strong, so I think they'd be folding there. All right. Queen 8 got position. 6-4's trash. I'm going to bet this one. We definitely could get like a 5 of clubs. We get another club. A few different cards coming out. We could definitely throw in a double barrel. Barreling on the flop is one, and then on the turn, if you shoot again, you're barreling. It's got different ideas. It's going to fold this one. At the end, we would have had a straight, unfortunately. Typically, we could have just checked there and keep the pot relatively low. And if you fired into us on the turn, we could have just called. Your cheer is quite aggressive, actually. So we'll keep that in the memory banks anyway. Appears aggressive. Okay, why not? Let's open up ace jack offsuit. All right, we're up against the short stack. Just gonna check here. It's not a great board for us. Plus, if we bet there and it raises us, it's gonna cost a lot more. Depending on the size. All right, I'm gonna call a small bet. And we fit a straight. Hopefully raise bets again. Could be. This could definitely be a chop. Hopefully it doesn't have king jack. That would be sad. All right, calls perfect. Queen jack. All right, let's get some value against some of the weaker aces out there. Not necessarily going to always have a 6. I think I'd easily have king, queen, king, jack, ace, queen, ace, jack, ace, 10. Those type of hands. All right, we'll open up jack 2 suited. Ooh, ace jack suited. Decent open that one. Okay. We could check this one out just because we need a lot of help. Didn't 3-bet free. We're going to bet this one with the jack. Yeah, ace jack's gone. There's no point really fighting for that one, especially if betting one more. The reason is they didn't 3-bet free, so they should have relatively a cut range here. Unfortunately, it didn't improve and he scored twice, so they had 2 pair. Jack 9. They improved on the flop as well. They had 2 pair on the flop. They weren't going anywhere. Oh, it's called while he's overconfident. So we've got a backdoor flush and we've got top pair with a okay kicker. Just got to check here probably. Nice. I don't think we could have valued that one. Maybe we could have. I thought maybe he'd fire again. That's the reason we did this. Pocket 8, it's pretty cool. It's really isolating us. So he's really thinking we're a weak player at this stage. Hopefully he's not right. Hopefully we're not a weak player. Hopefully we've just got the image of a weak player, and then we can utilize that as well, which means people will probably less likely fold. Huh. Yeah, someone's targeting them. I got to see him do a ton of folds here. We'll see if Norbert's actually Norkid. He's going to do something here. Like if I'm expecting a fold, I think he's just targeting us. 3-betting wide. And Kleepler definitely just has a strong hand. Wow, cool. It's okay. Interesting. He could easily have pocket pairs. If he had aces or kings, you'd think there'd be another raise. But at the same time, if he does, let's say if he wasn't messing around, he's just having a strong hand. He could be top heavy and trying to play a trap. Where Clipper could be having ace king, jacks or queens, and just could be getting put in a trap here. I think someone could easily have a 10 as well. All right, it's got fives. So range bet sort of thing. So okay. Fives dropping off. 3-betting, 4-betting there. We will hit with the ace queen with the king up the top. Wow. People are just saying, look, I've got a 10. He's either got a 10 or he's got aces. That's pretty much what he's saying. Anything else is probably a bluff. Norkid doesn't have a 10. They just instantly have called. I'd say Norkid's got like maybe jacks. Maybe jacks or queens. And then, yeah. Clipper's got probably 10. Aces maybe. Maybe kings. There is a 10 there as well, but I don't know if you'd bet so big. Yeah, I just don't know if you'd bet that big to try and scare your customer away. Because if you've already got the nuts, they're not going to bet that big. unless they think their opponent's going to overvalue, like overpairs there. All right, 6-7 is gone. All right, we'll open up ace-9. Perfect. Happy with the little steal pre-flop. Can work in our favor. All right, we got the ladies out of the gun. Ooh, pocket fives in the big blind. Okay, no kid. Rizzy could probably set mine this one with fives. Looks like queens are going to the flop. All right, we need to bet this one because it's such a wet dynamic board. Fives are going to set mine like planned. All right, we're going to bet this one because it's a bit of a dry board. So the reason why I like betting there is because I think that no one else is going to bet it. If you think it's a wet dynamic board like the Jack 9-4, you could probably check there, and then if you had a set and expect to have someone else do the betting for you. In this case, I don't think it's going to work. All right, so we've got a boat. Hopefully someone's got ace-7. Not pair of nines, that'd be terrible. All right, nice hand for queens. Betting a little bit larger here, so we're actually looking pretty strong here. Betting into two players. Raising the size. Shows strength. 10-8. We don't have a strong hand, but we do have position. Open ender. Just going to check it. We're going to use a free card if he checks to us. Unfortunately, fives get there. We probably could have checked that one with the fives, knowing that we didn't. We probably wanted the flush to come out. So we probably misplayed that one a little bit. All right, so we got second pair, which is not great. He could have a flush draw though, so we can call. We do have some showdown value here. He bets again. It is small. We do block the straight. He could actually have a 9. The 6 is there as well, so I'm going to fold. I think a 6 could be there. We only have second pair. We are bluff catching there. All right, Jack 9 folding. We could have called with a Jack 9. A bit of karma for him because he got us with his Jack 9. Backdoor, ace 2. We check raise. All right, so I think our ace 2 is actually going to be the best hand. I'm going to bet small. We do block straight. Let's get a call anyway. Hey, yeah, ace 5 straight. All right, so an air or a straight, so interesting. Yeah, so raising there with the straight is pretty important. Big on flush board with trips. I bet